So these are going to be my final thoughts of Red Rising before we jump into Golden Sun. So we're going to go ahead and put that there for a second. Um, the Arch-Governor seems to think that there is no loyalty amongst these cadets. And I think he's wrong, right? I think that Darrow has done something that no other generation has done in the past. I think he has, proven his leadership skills. He's proven that people will follow him despite breaking all sorts of rules. He essentially created in some sort of equality right inside of this game. I mean, he took people that were slaves and gave them the opportunity to, you know, unslave themselves, right? By going after other castles. He took his lieutenants, he took all of these other people, and he took them up to Olympus to defy what every generation before, what you're not allowed to do, and taking over these proctors. And ultimately, yes, winning this game. And I think that the loyalty, the trust, the bonds and relationships that he has formed inside of this war game, I think that scares people like the Arch-Governor. I think the Arch-Governor doesn't want to see, somebody like Darrow rise up in power. And I think going into Golden Sun, I think the Arch-Governor is going to, honestly, even though Darrow is like under him and represents him, I think the Arch-Governor do everything he can to throw him under the bus. I don't think he wants Darrow to gain the power that he did during this war game. But speaking of these relationships and bonds that Darrow has formed, I keep having to remind myself that these are golds, right? These are people that are born into a corrupt system. And that Darrow is eventually going to have to make this decision of, does he unalive golds? Does he overthrow this entire gold system to allow his previous life, these reds, to, become equals to the golds? And as much as I am, enjoying the relationships that he has with these golds and the friendships that he is forming, at the same time, I know that at some point, if Mustang stands in his way, right, for the justice of EO, is he gonna be able to unalive her, right? And am I gonna be okay with that? I think that I would love to see him in a perfect world. I would love to see Darrow just kind of come out to everybody eventually, and because of that loyalty that he has earned, that they decide that we're just gonna make everything an equal system. But I don't see that happening. I think Darrow is gonna have to unalive people that he cares about, and how much is that gonna change him? Because I just don't see the golds just rolling over and allowing him to just change the entire system and allow the reds to be equals to the golds.